What made you get a restraining order against a kid? My husband William and I lost our 14-year-old son Jamie 3 years ago when a drunk driver hit him and his best friend Samuel while they were walking home from school. Jamie died in my arms right there in the middle of the street while Samuel somehow walked away with just scrapes and bruises. Once Samuel was released from the hospital and back in school, he started coming over every day after school just like he always had before the accident. William and I were actually grateful for the company because our house felt so empty without Jamie's laughter filling up the rooms. Samuel would sit in Jamie's room for hours going through photo albums and telling us stories about things Jamie said at school that we'd never heard. It felt good to hear someone say Jamie's name out loud instead of everyone tiptoeing around us like the word might break us. Our 8-year-old daughter Lucy loved having Samuel around too because it was like having a piece of her brother back. We thought we were all helping each other heal. But 2 months after the funeral, Samuel showed up with a new haircut that looked exactly like Jamie's with the same part on the left, and that little flip in the front Jamie used to mess with constantly. Then Samuel started wearing Jamie's old basketball hoodie every single day after I gave it to him as a keepsake. When Samuel began answering to Jamie's name when Lucy called it out, I pulled him aside gently. "Sweetie, I know you miss him, but you need to be Samuel," I said. But Samuel just stared at me with this blank look and said Jamie wouldn't want Lucy to be confused. After that, he started practicing Jamie's laugh while watching our home videos, mimicking every gesture perfectly. William tried to suggest therapy to Samuel's parents, but Samuel had already told them we asked him to keep Jamie's spirit alive. When we found Samuel sleeping in Jamie's bed one morning, having snuck in during the night, William finally confronted him directly, but Samuel just smiled with this eerie calm and said, "I dream his dreams now. He shows me what he wants me to do." I felt physically sick, but when I tried to limit visits, Samuel's mother accused us of being cruel to a grieving child. By then, Samuel was already telling Lucy's friends at school that her real sibling returned. We were honestly too exhausted to battle everyone and thought he'd eventually get over his phase, but then came the night that still makes me physically sick to remember. The cemetery called at midnight saying someone had broken into the grounds and was disturbing Jamie's grave. William and I drove there in our pajamas and found Samuel with a shovel, dirt up to his knees, trying to dig down to Jamie's casket. "I need his necklace," Samuel said without even looking up at us. "The one you buried him with. I need it to complete the transformation." The groundskeeper had already called the police, but we convinced them to let us take Samuel home instead of arresting him. That was our mistake because the next morning I found Samuel in Jamie's room wearing Jamie's funeral outfit that I'd kept in a memory box. He was standing in front of the mirror practicing Jamie's voice while Lucy sat on the bed watching him. "It's okay, Lucy," he was saying in a perfect imitation of Jamie's voice. "I'm still your brother. I've always been your brother." When Lucy saw us, she smiled and said, "Jamie's back," like it was the most normal thing in the world. I sent her to her room while William confronted Samuel, but that's when everything exploded. "You don't understand," Samuel said, switching between his voice and Jamie's. "The accident was supposed to create one perfect person from two halves. Jamie's soul entered me when he died. I felt it happen." He pulled out his phone and started playing recordings of Jamie's voice from old videos while lip-syncing perfectly to every word. "See? I am Jamie," he insisted, matching every inflection exactly. "This is proof that we're the same person now." When William tried to grab the phone, Samuel ran to Jamie's closet and started pulling out all his belongings. "You can't take him away from me again," Samuel screamed when we tried to stop him. "If you make Jamie leave again, I'll follow him. I'll cut myself open and let his soul escape. Is that what you want?" He grabbed a pair of scissors from Jamie's desk and held them to his wrist. "Every drop of my blood has Jamie in it now. If you don't believe me, I'll show you." We backed away terrified while Samuel barricaded himself in Jamie's room, piling furniture against the door. We could hear him in there talking to himself in two voices, having full conversations between Samuel and Jamie about how the parents were trying to separate them. When he started screaming about dying together, we called 911 and the police had to break down the door to get him out. After the police took Samuel away in handcuffs that night, we had to get a restraining order for our family's safety. We moved 2 towns over, but still get letters from the psychiatric facility where Samuel lives now. Everyone signed "Your son Jamie" in his handwriting. Lucy still asks when Jamie is coming home sometimes, and it breaks my heart. I keep one photo of Samuel and Jamie together hidden in my drawer and wonder if we failed them both.